We're on.
All
Are we really
right.
on? You need to check that it's working.
We're alive.
Hello, everyone.
Let me check.
I'm fairly sure I'm alive.
Thank you for joining us in this amazing location. We are in Kangaroo Valley in the New South Wales Southern Highlands. And no, that's Sirenscape. Don't play. Don't confuse
there are actual cows.
There are cows just out of shot. And we may see some horses
Yes.
walking around behind us. But thank you.
And or kangaroos, which is amazing too.
How do I check if we're
I think
live?
you go to our channel and have a look. And if can people comment and stuff? Is anyone reading the comments?
Yeah, I can read them.
But not the whole time, Nathan. You have to concentrate on role playing as
I've
well.
got 2 characters to play.
2 characters.
We do. So we are going to.
Oh, wow.
We're going to be playing a game called Rrakkma, which was released.
How much time have you had to prepare, Derek?
Well, it got released on D&D Beyond about 20 hours ago.
And you spent all that 20 hours preparing without any
No, I
sleep
spent a good 7 of them sleeping.
That's right, damn.
So
And you didn't drive down.
Hello,
You just...
Jonah White.
Yay!
Hey,
hello.
Jonah, welcome.
You
Thank
just
you.
instantly appeared here, didn't you?
We drove down last
damn.
night.
But last night you didn't spend time drinking and playing board games.
No, there was none of that.
that's right.
Absolutely not.
That's not how we roll. We roll 1s and 2s, Ben. Not
That's
like,
right. We can move.
Not
in.
like.
So,
Hang on, ready together. 3,
Anyway.
2. There we go.
as with all of our live streams, we're a little bit chaotic and a little bit disorganized. So, if you discover anything that is not kind of working right,
Yes.
if the sound is out, or if the video is poor quality, or if anything like that occurs,
What about the role play or the knowing the
and
rules?
the rules. Let's not focus on that.
we'll let the rules slide for this one.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
yes, we'll be doing our best to play the rules as they are written. But if we get things wrong, please tell us in the chat or forgive us if you're watching this.
It's because we're on the other side of the planet, the other side of the Earth, right?
Things
and
are
so it's
backwards.
backwards sometimes, which means that.
Which is right as wrong.
What I'm going to
Yeah.
do is I'm just going to swivel this around.
Yep. Excellent.
Hello, Dennis.
Are there people watching?
There are people watching. This is live.
Hello, Dennis.
All right.
We're not used to live, but it should be a bit of fun.
Oh wow. The photo looks amazing, doesn't it?
So, this is what is this escarpment called, Ben?
It's the Kangaroo Valley escarpment. This is the Cedar Valley, which is that kind of an offshoot. Kangaroo Valley is one of only 2 totally enclosed valleys in the southern hemisphere.
Right.
So there's no big river in and big river out. The river actually sort of dips out and goes underground out of it. So it's an enclosed sort of environment of its own kind of personality and own weather cycles and everything. It fills up with mist.
It does, yeah. I've seen the mist.
Our house here sits just up above the mist, and most of the time it's spectacular and beautiful.
Yeah, and you've built this house
We're
behind
building,
us.
yes,
You're
which
building.
you can't see.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Very exciting.
All right, so yes, about midnight last night, New York time, the game, the book Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes was released, and if you purchased it on D&D Beyond, which we're going to be using today, there was a adventure. What's it called? Adventure League module that came with it called Rrakkma. And we're going to be playing that today.
So, just
Rrakkma.
what was the how many players would you need to actually play this module?
You need
Derek?
6 players.
Good. We're starting off well. Starting off strong. I like that.
And Murray, who was due to come down this morning, unfortunately has a sick child. So we're going to be double teaming on the characters for these guys.
Yep. So we don't need 6 players. That's easy mode. We want to do it hard mode.
Right.
So we're going 4 characters, right?
Okay, so just let me make a note of that. Want to go hard mode.
Yes.
No.
You're a game designer, Derek. You would know what
Hard mode is?
hard mode is. It's just better AI and more of it. Like just
You mean the baddies don't sort of step out and go?
yeah.
No, they've got
They just actually shoot you
They've
from
got
cover and
a
you
Yeah.
million hit points.
Yeah. Yes.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they're any smarter. It's just they just
Ah.
just take more bullets. That's hard mode.
So the stormtroopers are on kind of they can actually hit you mode.
Yeah. Or actually,
So
they
the,
just
the other thing about this is we're going to be
Pre-gens.
we're using the pre-gens that came with it, the party is entirely composed of either Githzeri or Githyanki, which are two sort of.
What do they look like? Give me a mental picture.
So,
I love Githyanki.
Yeah, they're beautiful. They're very cool. They're kind of ugly. Their skin is yellow and pitted, I guess you would call it, or
sharp
streaked.
features, angular features.
Angular features. They're an ancient race,
and
and
they live on a different plane, actually, natively. Is that right?
that they do live on a. They're a spacefaring creatures, so they roam the multiverse. And I guess we'll kind of jump into it. So the primer for this is you are.
Oh, this is the one you've been practicing.
Yes.
So I shouldn't ruin it by interrupting.
Please don't talk. Interrupt.
Can I also just say that I love D&D and started playing D&D in my career, but I have played a lot of Pathfinder for the last kind of decade, and so I'm also playing a 9th level, 2 9th level pre-gens.
Yes.
So this will be a little bit of kind of Ben learns how to play D&D at 9th level with a brand new character.
Whereas I'm awesome and know all the rules exactly and won't need any help whatsoever.
Fortunately, Derek knows the rules really well, and that's what you need when you're playing a game with new players, is a player on there who knows, well, at least can pretend.
So,
well, what we have here is the internet, which will give us all of the answers that we need using Dungeons & Dragons Beyond, but also our wonderful subscribers and viewers who can help us out with any of the rules as we go along.
I just want to point out that if I do ask a question, I'm not asking a question for myself. I'm more thinking about what if you would have a question.
The benefit of the users.
And I'm going to ask the question on behalf of the users, so that because I want them to feel involved.
Good.
That's the point.
That's beautiful.
And I also have Sirenscape, so if I say anything stupid, I can just.
Yeah, that was pretty stupid. Yeah. All right. So
okay.
So you have arrived at a cavern, a massive cavern underground, and it is filled with a huge fungal forest. So there are enormous fungal stalks and enormous towering mushrooms that go above you. And you see it stretch off into the distance, pocketed by sort of luminous fungi as it stretches farther than your eyes can see. And you reflect back as to how you came to be here. As you stare around at your rather strange friends, it's unusual to see Githyanki and Githzeri working together. They are mortal enemies and share a deep hatred of one another.
Like Cardassians and Klingons.
Like Cardassians and Klingons, yes. Very.
I like that now I've just noticed that both my characters are those two races.
That's right.
Are yours?
Yes. I hate myself.
So the
deep down.
The Yankee are very sort of warlike, and they generally tend towards the martial arts. And the Githzeri are somewhat more contemplative and tend towards the mystical arts and the clerical professions.
Okay, cool.
So it is unusual for you guys to be working together, but you have found in your travels an agreement, an agreement to come together and work towards the destruction of a race that you hate above all others, even above yourself, which is the Illithid.
We don't like them.
The Mind Flayers.
Mind Flayers.
Oh.
And your team.
It makes sense that I'm actually strong now. Like
these are all these three creatures are non-OGL Dungeons and Dragons creatures. They're ones that they actually invented,
right?
Not in the open gaming license.
Yeah, okay.
So,
yeah, that would make sense.
And, so this is like really focused on real
on D&D lore. Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
So and Mordenkainen delves into the background of these characters quite a lot. But the thing that we're hunting today, obviously, is Illithid. So your group has been set up. You reside in a redoubt on the Sword Coast, and you are this world's bastion against the activities of Illithid.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you say we reside in the Sword Coast, as in there's a Githyanki residence there,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So, and your boss came to you. His name is Belthomas. He's a lieutenant in this redoubt, and the redoubt is called Shazal Kul. SHA''SAL Kul.
I'm just
K-O-H.
going to Charles all cool.
Yeah.
Like,
So
is this all stuff that's in the module which we would normally role play all the way through and everything?
no, I'm kind of just adding to it.
Good.
This is part of the player handouts.
Yeah, you know
Okay,
what?
cool,
It's just go with your gut, Derek.
How are we going with the live stream? Are people saying all the sound is okay? And
By the way, it just gives us a thumbs up, guys, if you think it sounds all good.
And share it and like and all that sort of stuff.
Everyone said nice background, awesome view. Actually caught it this time.
Dark Summer Wind.
Hello,
yeah,
Dark
he missed-
Summer's Wind.
He missed the last
Can
one.
you hear
Oh.
the sirenscape blending in? We're just, as long as it's not too loud, that's the one thing we want to
And
make sure.
if you can make sure you can hear us, and we're
Yes.
in time. Ready? Everybody clap together. 3, 2, 1.
So the Belthomas comes to you. You recall Belthomas coming to you and saying,
Did he come to us individually, or were we like
"No,
known as a
you
group?
were summoned to his quarters as a group." And
And we all hate each
Is
other.
he a Githyanki?
he is, yeah. And he told you about a very grave threat to your species. The Githyanki have the Illithid have apparently obtained a diamond the size of your head,
That's a
and
very small.
they
right?
have carved on each individual facet a rune of power. And
Diamond the size of my
your
head.
head,
I'm pretty vain.
this big.
Yeah.
And so they've managed to imbue it with enough magical power that if they can activate it, if they can actually energize it, it will immediately slave every single one of the Githyanki across
In the whole universe.
across the
multiverse.
universes, across the multiverses.
That's very nice. What
And
have
you
what have
and
they got
it's
against us?
it's well, the history of them is that they used to enslave you. They used to enslave both the
Yes,
Githyanki
I know
and
that.
the Githzerai, and they rebelled and killed their Illithid
yeah,
masters,
right.
and
like
now
a-
that's
like a-
the reason why
So
you
they're going to
hate.
commit genocide because, like, we killed a few people.
Yeah. So you worked for them, and you were in their thrall, and they managed to break you free, and now the tables have turned. But with this device, they could immediately enslave all the Githyanki in the multiverse, and you know what their first order will be to all of those Githyanki. It will be find, hunt, and kill all the Githzerai.
I see, so they're going to blackmail us to destroy the Githzerai.
Well, they won't need to blackmail you to do anything.
They'll
You'll
control
be in their thrall.
Oh, hang on, they'll be in our thrall with the...
If they can activate this device,
Oh.
this diamond the size
Sorry,
of your
I
head
missed that.
thing,
Do
Okay,
you remember
I
the
thought-
diamond the size of your head, and you
sorry,
said, "I'm vain"?
So
How
I
big
thought,
is it?
I just assumed they were going to wipe us out and kill us, but you're saying they're going to enchant us.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, they're
So
going to
then keep dead
enchant.
or-
They're going to enchant half of you
Yeah.
and use that half to murder the rest. So, as you stand there in the middle of this large fungal forest, you do feel the weight of two races resting upon your shoulders. You feel that destiny is coming for you. You also feel that tingling sensation in the back of your head.
That's just the organ playing. As well.
That the
Right.
tingling sensation in the back of your head that there is a portal nearby.
Oh.
You sense magic.
Sometimes things line up nicely.
Wow. Cool.
And you realize that you have come to this place to enter a portal. Now, what Belthomas also told you was he gave you a tuning fork, which allowed you to track the sort of the energy of Pandemonium, which is where you know the Illithid are traveling to. And he also gave you a reliquary, which has a bone shard from Zerthurmon, the original Githzerai Anarch. And this will glow It's been attuned to the diamond, and this will glow as it's being powered up. As you can see it
So
right
at least
now.
we know we're going to be.
Yeah.
we're going to. Our special ability is to know there's 20 minutes before doom.
Exactly. So you can see it now, and it's glowing just very faintly. Like if you turn off all the lights, you could just see it. But
That's not. That's something you don't want to see glow.
you know it's going to get brighter.
That's like the old little
Frodo's sword.
Yeah.
Sting.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
That's exactly.
Yes.
Thank you for mentally reading my thoughts.
When orcs are near, and that's when you want to be extra careful.
So that is the backstory of the Githzerai and the Githyanki. Do you have any questions?
No?
Many.
I will probably not be able to answer them because I haven't read the
The
book.
Githzerai are artsy-fartsy and less martial, and the Githyanki are more destroying and strong and battle-like.
Yeah.
Cool. Should we introduce our characters?
They are each deadly in their own right. So yes, please go ahead.
Cool. So my Githyanki is called Karlak Rrakkma, but you can call me Karlak for short. Karlak is a wizard, a 9th level wizard. Oh my god. Which means kaboom!
And it also means, a lot of kind of spells that we might have to dive into the rules
That's
and
right.
look up. So
That's right.
we apologise in
I'm so
advance.
sorry. But I have spells with a number 5 next to them.
Where are they?
5th level spell.
Where are your spells?
Hold monster and mislead. They're kind of not fireball-y. I have fireball though, which is great. Which I can cast at my casting level, obviously. Dimension door, confusion, ice storm.
You have a 5th level spell. Where?
I do. Because wizards get.
Oh, I got 3 as well.
You got. Whoa.
I got scrying. Yeah, here we go.
Okay, that's cool. So that's Karlak, who sounds pretty much like a Cardassian, which is
He does
kind of cool.
Oh, by the way, we are playing Dungeons and Dragons. Somebody asked if we're playing Star Trek.
Star Trek, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, there's this thing.
It's true.
It's
my
true.
wife
It
and
sounds
I-
very Star Trek.
My wife and I realized, like a couple of decades ago, that a decade ago, that we know more about geopolitical politics in Star Trek than we do in reality.
Real life.
Hence,
Yeah.
when you're talking about two races which are similar and have a similar, heritage background, and then in Who's Throats, I went straight to Star Trek.
Yeah.
Which all us.
And they're
kids
both, and
know
they're
about.
spacefaring, which is also another.
Yeah, which is super cool. Yeah, cool. So that's my Githyanki. My Githzerai is Vishnu, which is a very interesting name, obviously, being an Indian god. Vishnu Reva. And Vishnu is a rogue, so kind of creep around behind and stab you with that. But also spells at 9th level, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. So you've taken the arcane trickster.
So spider climb is great. Blur presumably gives me some misjam.
Catch you later, studio.
You can watch us later.
Yeah, he's going to watch us later. He just has a
Literally
head.
catch us later, which is why you said that, I suppose. So, okay, good. And sleep. And things
Somebody
like that.
gave us the.
Yay! And Talshar's hideous laughter, which presumably I can make people be unable to do things. So yeah, so that's about how much I know about my character, which is the same about you know about my character. They sound like cool characters.
Yes.
Where should I start? Now, these are going to be amazing translations of these words. So
Well, he
ready?
started with his Githyanki, so why don't you
Yes,
start with the
let's do that.
Githyanki?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, okay.
Candelar?
Candelar, yeah.
Candelau.
Absolutely.
He is a soldier, which is a fighter, level 9 fighter. He is lawful neutral. He basically hits things and gets better when he hits things. He has action surges and fighting, like all these different fighting styles. He's got a main weapon is a +1 longsword. He has like 2 hand axes, javelins, and shields, and like literally just is armored to the absolute teeth. And
Yeah, right.
Cool.
He's basically his history is he's like a military person.
So your basic attack is not actually very impressive more than mine, but presumably you then
What's
do
this?
power attack and
He does,
yeah.
and he gets more attacks in a round.
I get
More attacks.
so I get
Extra attack.
every. You can attack twice instead of once whenever you take an attack action on your turn.
Yeah.
So that means that if I get 2 attacks, I attack 4 times, correct?
You can only take 1 attack.
No. Oh, I know this rule.
Meanwhile, while you look over, do people see the horses in the background?
Yeah, the horses are hanging around.
But yeah, essentially he is just a big old fighter. And I looked at his stats, and he has 18 strength and 18 constitution. So that's exactly what I am. I'm just a beast of machine. Now, looking at my second, the necessary player of the group, like some would say the hero, Quadera
Yeah.
or Quaddy.
Quaddy.
Quaddy
The
and
cleric.
yeah, Quaddy the cleric. He's not the smartest and
He's
best
not?
looking, and he's
This is the Githzerai.
Gizera. He's very much he's kind of like a religious man and has lived on his laurels, and he's kind of like very very tubby for what he should be, but very jolly,
That's cool.
and he has lots of spells.
Mine are
And
both skinny.
because we've had like 6 hours to look this over, I spent most of the time drinking. I would say that he is very good because everybody loves the cleric.
Yes, Jonah White. # prepared. Exactly.
we have fantastic Beyond D&D Beyond here.
To help us.
Nathan and I will be frantically looking at when it comes to us supposedly doing something.
Yes. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So it says beginning at 5th level, you can attack twice instead of once. So I think if you've got 2 weapons, then you can attack 4 times.
And they do.
But does that mean you can move? So you can move. Yeah. So
Yes,
you can
attack
move
action
and-
is different from a move action.
Yeah,
So
so
yeah.
it's not like a full attack in.
No, so I should be able to do 3 because I do an extra attack, and the improved attack on that. So it's 3 attacks with longsword.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with that
All right.
because we're meant to be 6 people anyway.
That's right.
That's true. Yes.
So those are your characters. You have used the tuning fork to locate this particular cavern, and you suspect that somewhere in this cavern, both your instincts and your devices tell you that there is an entrance to the gate of pandemonium.
Okay.
Oh, should we talk about how we know each other, like our relationships?
I'm going to cast.
I'll do it.
I'm going to cast detect magic.
Okay. What is the range of detect magic?
It like maybe 60 feet or something.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be longer than that,
Yeah.
I'm looking around.
You definitely start scanning the region.
That's amazing.
That's great.
Yeah, it just comes up as like a little small thing. It's like a beep.
30 feet. Yeah. Okay. No. So I'm gonna have to walk around.
Uh-huh.
Which is difficult for your character because he's so large.
Mine's skinny.
Oh, is he super skinny? Does he have a cane to walk with?
There. Oh yeah. Karlak.
Yeah.
Karlak is old and grumpy and skinny, kind of gaunt. His cheeks are sucked in. Makes him look even more Yankee than he normally looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was actually has always been like that since school.
Yeah.
In court.
Yeah, and he's always been old as well. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. He's always old. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm walking around.
Okay.
But you say we can. Our spider senses tingle.
Yeah.
I have a sense of something here.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how they sound.
And also, a portal makes a certain amount of noise. I would suggest.
And light, you would imagine.
Yes.
So as you are walking forward a little bit, you do see a purplish light about 100 feet away.
Oh.
And
my cleric's gonna. He has light, so he's gonna cast light on his little religious. He's got a religious stick
okay.
that is of this like these gods battling on the end of like this amazing
nice.
sculpted stick, which looks like it's not wood, but like it's kind of like the like mushroom fungi, so it kind of moves and slightly moves as he goes around.
Okay.
And there's two gems under the 2 gods' mouths, and he lights them up, and so it's a green and a red.
Yeah,
So it
right.
has this beautiful green and red kind of like shadowy.
Hue throughout the thing. Okay, wonderful.
I just wanted to set the scene with that, and it's a
So
spell.
I'm-
It counts. I get to tick that one off, right?
Yep. You move
Moving
forward.
towards this purple light.
All right.
Come with me, Vishnu, you slow coach.
So you get about sort of, I don't know, 50 feet away from it, and you can see it quite clearly now. It's about 50 feet tall and about 25 feet wide at the
Whoa.
base, and you see some people, some shadowy figures at the base.
Can we like make out with
You'll have to get a bit closer.
I say we use some stealth
Oh yes, send the sneaky one in.
to the shadows. Vishnu, make yourself useful. Sneak forward.
Okay. Now
Vishnu is the
goes,
rogue.
Hello, my name's Vishnu.
Vishnu is secret spoon.
Is this your man or what?
I
Female or male? I don't know.
think they're both male. He says with great authority. I don't think. Can you tell?
Probably might be a bit
That's
hard.
right. Yes, I certainly wouldn't be able to tell. Mainly be frightened if I met them.
Can you give me a perception check?
yes.
Or sorry, a stealth check
So
first.
Vishnu creeps forward. Yeah, 22 on stealth.
Wow.
It's like Vishnu kind of melds into the shadows. And Karlak, though he's hard on Vishnu at all times, actually secretly admires his skills. He makes it forward a while. And his perception is +2. What's the use of sneaking around looking at things if your perception is only +2? 18.
18. Well, that's
Nevertheless.
yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah, I like that one. +2, 18. Is 18 good?
a good roll. Yes, so you definitely see these creatures. They are Duergar. They're the dark elves, dark dwarves.
yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, they're the grey ones, are they?
Yeah.
They're evil.
They are. And it wouldn't surprise you to know that they were working with the Illithid.
Makes me mad.
Now, would they know the plan?
Oh, would you like some?
Would they know the? Would I have any clue as to the fact of whether they would know the whole plan? Do they look like they're guarding it, or do they look like they've just come through and they're heading off somewhere?
No, they're just kind of milling about. There's two of them, and they're
Two?
yeah,
Oh.
they're just sitting next to the. There is actually more of them, but I'm
Okay, good.
adjusting the I'm adjusting the module to suit. And they're sort of off to the side and just sort of sitting down.
Vishnu appears unenfolds with the shadows slightly, so that Karlak can actually see him.
Yep.
And says. And of course, Karlak understands exactly
what that means. I even understood what that
it's as if they're one person. And Vishnu is going to creep round to stab one of them in the back, which will be the trigger for an attack.
Okay.
Karlak informs the other two because they're so clued in.
Yes.
He's going to stab him in the back, the cheat.
So I'm
We
gonna.
should be ready to rumble in and dispose of the other.
So my fight. I'm just gonna call it fight. It's so much easier.
Yeah.
Calador is Candelor is gonna grab his javelin off his back.
Okay.
And then just sit there ready to kind of
Strike?
strike with the javelin.
Okay.
And the cleric is going to wibble wobble his way forward, ready to go. Because he is hardcore.
Right.
Nobody messes with cleric, especially this one.
Okay. So yeah, I'd like to basically stealth around and then stab this guy in the back.
Go for it.
Do I need
Sneak
to
attack.
stealth again?
No, the stealth you've rolled is
do?
good. That will carve.
Will that give him advantage on the first attack?
Yes, because he doesn't know he's coming.
Okay. So I'm going to attack.
We will get
Do you want
advantage on
a
this one.
second?
I'll have advantage.
Yep.
If you have advantage on the attack roll. Yeah.
Ooh, not great.
Nine.
Nine.
9 plus my rapier of 8 is 17.
And the Duergar. I'm sorry, it does not get through his.
So what,
Flat-footed?
How does that work? I guess it's yes, it's flat foot round plus.
No, this doesn't exist. So it glances off his shoulder pullion.
So just by bad luck, I kind of
Yeah, and it hits it poorly, and he turns around and
Is it
The
also
javelin
movement?
hits him in the back of the head.
he stands up and draws his. What has he got? He's got a huge knife. Throw your
Javelin.
javelin.
And we roll.
And this is
initiative?
advantage, right?
Or you're also triggering in surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
triggering
go for
surprise.
a surprise.
Oh, no, we're not going to do that one. We're going to do advantage. 14 plus 8.
That hits.
That's how you do it, Benjamin. Benjamin Lou. All right. So that is going to be 1d6 plus 4.
Tell us if the balance is all right with the music.
So that's
you can hear us.
6 damage to the back of his skull.
Ouch. Okay.
So what happened? The javelin comes in and like what hits him in the back of the head maybe and bounces off.
I was
stagger
the
forward
reason
into
it would have
my
been a
arm.
better shot, but I was actually expecting him to be like bent over in pain,
Bleeding it
not
out.
drawing his sword.
The both the Duergar sort of snap to attention and they kind of face you and lock their shields.
Oh.
But they're sort of working in formation like a phalanx. What would your other characters like to do?
Oh, so much now, Derek. So much.
All right.
Do I have a magic yet? I'm going to cast magic missile. We should turn the time out.
Yeah.
Magic missile. Okay, yep, I'll look it up while you work out what you're doing. I don't know even how to do magic missile. Definitely.
What am I going to do?
Jonah says we should be drinking Dr. Pepper and not Coca-Cola. That's his problem. That's his issue with our stream.
That's good. Good. That's the worst sin we make. Why? Here we go. Why, Jonah? Because it's
It's his
better.
preference.
It's his preference.
I'm going to speak.
Dr. Pepper's not a thing sort of in Australia.
It's not as much.
No,
No.
no.
Very popular in America, but not as much here.
Right.
Okay.
How many do I get?
How many
How many magic missiles?
magic missiles? It's one every odd level, so 1,
9.
3, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
5. Excellent. I'm ready. You can go.
I'm just going to cast command.
Command. Oh yeah. Just split up.
No. I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell the guy that I hit with the javelin to grovel.
Okay.
I will hold my fungus staff in the air as the 2 red and green lights just shine,
Pierce down.
and I just tell him to grovel before the god, because I'm not very good at this.
Go for it.
So the one who didn't get hit in the back of the head
Yeah.
isn't groveling.
Yep.
My 5 magic missiles fly out of Tarlak's hands. Yeah! And then they circle and twist. You know how when Obi-Wan's spinning? Yeah, that's right. They twist like
yeah.
that. Yeah. They're spinning his ship to avoid the missiles, so they combine and blow into each other. Actually, these combine and then just burrow down and smack this guy in the back of the head
Nice.
and cause 20 hit points damage.
Ouch.
How does he seem affected by that?
Yeah,
from Vishnu's highly proximate, advantageously close position.
He seems very surprised by that, and it pounds into him.
Surprised as his head falls off and he's dead and we win.
Not yet, not yet.
Damn.
He's a little bit tougher than that. Nathan, your command?
I'm just looking at how it works, what the difficulty is.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, pretty much.
It'll be like just a saving throw and you get to tell them what
So
to
you
do.
speak a one-word command. The creature must save a wisdom saving throw or
Yep.
follow the command on its next
Yeah,
turn.
so that's it. Wisdom, so it's
So-
half my.
Your saving throw spell DC should be somewhere in your character sheet there.
Yeah, and often next. Is it just the same for all
It's
levels?
the same. No. It's.
It has to do with your.
Spell DC. Here we are up the top here.
That is the one I was
So
looking
your
for.
spell sheet.
I'm so glad it's all here. Here it is.
Oh, there we go.
16.
16 for both of us.
He makes it.
Oh.
He does
Oh,
not.
what?
He does not yield.
Ooh.
This is not the sort of groveling subservience that I'm used to.
You know what? Let's just play another game, Derek.
I want a game where I win really easily and there's no challenge.
Yeah.
So there is a guy who's and
No, it's one. Remember, make the
Right,
music
the
down a little bit. Oh, good, thank you.
and
I'm glad you can hear it. I thought maybe you couldn't hear it at all.
the so then they I think they're going to have to break formation because there's your rogue behind him and the this guy in front of him, so they can't form their shield wall. They can't do their defensive thing. So one of them is going to attack the fighter, and the other one's going to attack the rogue. So here we go. They've got these wickedly large. Oh no! First of all, they're going to grow in size. So they both go, and they become large, and they're towering over you now. These sort of things that were sort of cute and small are now enormous.
That's what.
So I got a 19 for the rogue and a 25 for the fighter.
Damn it, they both hit.
Okay.
Sorry, I assume from Nathan's reaction that it hits, and I can see from my character sheet that it does hit.
So that's 11 damage each.
Oh.
What? That's not fair. Oh, I have 94 hit points.
I tell you what, you're going to need all of them.
Oh, really?
Wouldn't it be cool
Because
if he killed us?
the other
Not-
thing that
not quite
happens
yet, though. What?
is from behind the magic user,
Sneak attack from the horses.
there is a sneak attack from.
Hang on, I get like extra perception checks.
My
They-
wizard doesn't.
Yes, they were invisible.
Ah, that's not fair. I wouldn't have been so flashy if I had known that.
So another enormous Duergar has appeared behind you. This one is wearing much more elaborate armor and weaponry, and has a javelin? No, a hammer,
You're gonna get.
and it vibrates.
I have 38 hit points.
What?
To represent my frailty and age.
You literally have 38 hit points. How the hell do you have 38? You must be really good.
Yeah, I'm
He
old.
does not roll well. He
Oh.
gets a 15.
Yeah, that easily hits me though.
Yes.
Since I'm wearing a robe.
And
Ow.
it does 9 bludgeoning damage
Okay.
and 5 psychic damage. So 14 points of damage altogether.
9, 14. That's a sum.
Yeah.
Excellent. I can do the sums. Okay. Yep. Excellent.
Um,
It's a third of my hit points.
You should
That's
maybe.
precisely a third of my hit points, isn't it? No, it's slightly more than that. But that's comforting.
and from behind the fighter,
Oh, should we roll initiative now?
well, no, we'll roll initiative after his attack.
Okay, behind the fighter. Another one.
Is an Elithan.
Oh my god. And that's the end of our
And that's the
stream.
event.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. As we just died by.
So he lets forth a blast of psychic energy.
Do you know what? I man up. I turn around. I just take it all. Just like it's like I fight him and I like yell and scream at like just go like directly into his face.
He's so please. Now,
Yeah.
where do I do this?
You know what? You know what a fighter's known for? Mental fortitude.
Each creature in the area must take a DC 15 intelligence check.
Which is just the wizard and the fighter? Is that
It's the
right?
wizard.
Both of yours, yeah.
Yeah,
A DC, what is it?
Intelligence.
DC 15. So you need to roll a 50.
Would you like to know my wizard's intelligence bonus?
Yes, please.
Plus 8.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
With an intelligence. Why was it plus 8?
Because you get your level as well
That's
as
save.
your.
That's the save, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Plus 8.
So what are we doing? Wisdom?
16.
Are we doing wisdom
You get
now?
it.
I got it. What did
You
I
got
do?
it, 15.
15.
Hang on. So what are we doing? It's
Your
a-
intelligence save.
oh.
Yeah.
So just there.
Plus 2 and
Plus
plus
two.
2.
No?
14.
No.
Fail.
14. Just.
Yes!
Yes.
All right.
The fighter.
Can
The
do
fighter
that.
who went
Can
like
do that.
this, who literally looked
Yeah.
him square in the eye and
Yeah.
screamed. That's what did it for him.
So the other guy who was the cleric.
Candelau.
Yeah, he
Sorry,
was
Quadere.
he was focused on the other ones with his little fungus stick with
Yes,
the light.
just caught him completely off guard, blindsided by this burst of psychic energy that pours out of the mind flayer. Takes 22 psychic damage.
Whoa! Oh god.
And you are stunned for 1 minute.
For 1 minute. That's. Hang
The whole
on.
battle.
Now you
That's
get
the
to,
whole battle.
Now you get to roll at the end of every
Turn you miss.
turn to break the stun.
Hang on. You literally could have like taken us all out of action
That's cool.
for like the entire
And then it would have
round.
been to tie us up and take
They
us
are
into the middle of their
Awful.
thing.
They are awful people. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Is there psionics in D&D 5?
Not
No. Yeah.
really.
Because that's the
This is-
psionics. Yeah.
psionics. There's no. You can't take a
No, I'm a
psionic
psionic.
class like you could in 3.
Isn't it weird how gets the right psionics? Yeah, it's weird how Pathfinder also avoided sort of really formulating psionics as a part of raw
It
core.
causes all sorts of
Does it?
problems
Yeah,
and
okay.
way overpowered and
Yeah,
all
okay,
that
cool.
sort of stuff. So.
Huh. Yes, I suspect the wizards people spoke with the Paizo people and went, "You're doing sign, so just
Yeah,
no,
we'll just
okay.
leave it off the table for this one. So he's stunned. He can roll at the end of every round DC 15 to avoid the.
Is it DC
At the
15
end of-
intelligence?
Yes.
At the end of the turn that he missed. Is
Yeah.
that right? Yeah. Okay. For 1 minute. So yeah, it's just don't bother counting.
So let's roll initiative.
I can do that.
I get advantage on initiative with my fighter.
Where's the initiative? On the character sheet.
Up the top here.
Thank you. Oh, really obviously in giant numbers. 4 from Karlak.
Yes, Mr. Jarvis, we are
20
truly outside. This is not a green screen.
Yeah,
This is-
that's right.
Do you want me to prove it to you? Here we go.
You can go and frolic, Derek. Yay! Wow.
So we'll be back
It only
after
cost
these.
us. It only cost us $150,000 to do that CGI.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And we're back in the studio.
Yay!
So-
this is, yeah, it's my house in Kangaroo Valley. which is very
22
beautiful.
for my 22 for my fighter, and 20 for my cleric.
I got.
People like my frolicking.
Yes, your
Do they?
frolicking is excellent. Well, thank you for
Very
watching
good
us, people.
CGI.
Thank you for watching.
I like it. Message redacted.
Yeah, what was that?
As in,
Yeah, check for
disbelief that
ticks.
we're outside. Check for ticks. Yes. Yeah, no ticks here. Kangaroos that'll kick you so hard in your testicles that they will disappear for several weeks. But you know, not that that's
That
happened
sounds
to me.
oddly specific.
That's right. These guys almost hit a kangaroo driving in here last night.
Yeah, we did.
We're very close.
You know what? Kangaroos. You know what the worst part is when you're driving these kind of situations? It's not the kangaroos, it's a wombat.
Yeah.
Because if you hit a wombat,
They get really
it's
pissed
fine.
off. Yeah.
It's
fact-
fine. It just gets a bit angry, but your car dies.
In fact, I will post to the Dice Dominance channel after this stream the video of us
All good silver.
driving along, hoping the kangaroo will eventually get off the road.
Yeah.
Yes, for
Yeah.
everyone to see. There will be a tiny little video.
Dark
Okay.
Summer Wind says, get that guy that punched the kangaroo in the face to protect his dog.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
I got 4 for my wizard Karlak and
4.
12 for Vishnu because they're like totally on the ball.
Well, I got 20. Don't worry. A team here.
So one of the things with D&D 5 is that all the numbers don't just scale up and up and up and up and up, do they? They kind of, like.
What did you get for your fighter? 8?
20 and 22. 22 for the fighter and 20 for the cleric. Because
remember
I rolled really well for once in my life.
I rolled a 2 and an 8.
Feel this. Just roll that. It'll give you good luck.
Have the tables turned for
Yes.
for Nathan? I
And
rolled a
ready?
2.
Ready? Oh, yeah. Gotta wipe it clean.
wipe the den off.
Yeah, ready?
Another 2.
There we go.
10.
There
Well,
we
this has. Oh, there are numbers with 2 things on them.
And
on
they're
these- on
gold.
that dice.
All right. So,
How are you tracking initiative, Derek?
yeah, I've just
On a
got
piece of paper.
on a piece of
thought-
paper.
Oh, I don't know, Ben. How have you tracked it for the last
thought-
like 30 years
I
of
thought you were
D&D?
using something because you were like doing things.
Okay, so starting off with me, I'm guessing, because I don't think anybody else would have been 22.
No.
My
Yeah, you go.
fighter is so mentally
Mm.
focused.
Yeah.
He just gets his go. He screams, draws a longsword. He has the longsword on his belt backwards.
He's
so
plus
he
1. Yep.
so pulls that out and just charges at this mind flare.
The mind flayer. Okay.
And not only does he he has like jumps in the air and just comes down just to split this thing in 2.
Okay.
That's how he rolls.
Given that you have such a hatred of these guys, I'm going to give you advantage on the first roll.
Boom.
Okay.
I like that. And he's also, yeah, you can re-roll a saving throw that you fail. So if he does fail anything, he can re-roll it, which this one can't.
All right.
Anyway.
People are saying the sun is providing dramatic lighting.
Oh!
As the scene changes.
That's nice.
All right. Here we go. Ready?
Yep.
So he's jumping in. He has 3 attacks on this longsword. He is going to make some damage.
All right.
Punch him in the face. Roll 1. This has got advantage. Good, because that was a roll of a 1.
Oh,
So
no.
with advantage, 12. 12 plus 9. 21.
On the mind flayer?
21 on the mind flayer.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
It goes straight through his breastplate and cuts into his flesh.
Okay, so we're going to do damage and then we'll keep going? Or we do all the attacks first?
Do all the
Do the
attacks.
attacks.
Do the attacks. Do the
Okay.
attacks.
Let's find out.
So we go like this, goes through, slices, pulls down, lifts back up, goes straight down, other side. Want to even it up?
It's
Bit of an
actually-
OCD thing.
It's actually a beautiful kind of ballet of death that you're
Yeah.
creating.
Oh, it's like
You're
it's
dead.
a
There's
tornado.
something for your poster at the local opera theatre.
6 plus 9, 17.
17 hits as well.
No, 6 plus 9, 15. Failed maths.
No, 15 is also what you need to hit. So.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I like these low armor classes.
2 misses last one.
Oh.
But that is still 2 hits. Which is good.
Yeah.
Ooh,
One on
6
a D8.
damage. And 9.
Is there a power attack thing you can do? Because if he has such a low armor class, you should definitely power attacking
Yes.
as much as you possibly can.
I could also use an action surge if I want to do another attack, but I will keep that one.
Okay. He
He doesn't
reels
have
and
that.
screams as purple blood kind of seeps out of his
Purple blood! Oh, pants with the purple blood!
and his tentacles kind of writhe about.
Oh,
as-
and on my last strike, the reason I didn't hit him because I went real close to him, I just looked him in the face and just screamed like a war
Yeah.
cry into his face.
Close to the thing that can literally
Yeah.
suck your brain out with its
yeah,
tentacles.
yeah, I wouldn't get too close to that if I were you. They do awful things with their tentacles and brains.
Not to me.
No, not today.
Yeah, I cut his tentacles off.
Okay.
Whose turn is it?
Is
Is it Karlak's turn
it
yet?
is
Tell me it's
the
Karlak's
cleric's turn?
No, you mean I'm last.
You're last.
Four.
What would your cleric like to do, Nathan?
My cleric, what is he going to do? Well, he's going to do nothing, and he's going to try and do a DC 15 save
Oh yeah. The
because
end
he's
turn.
stunned.
You can tick off 1 out of 10 rounds that you're in action.
Oh, thank you. Ready? Are you ready
Okay,
for this
ready?
one?
Is it DC 15?
Yeah.
So plus 2.
1.
Oh no!
You know what? He's just so focused on holding his little thingy up. He's just
He's got a bit of a headache.
he's not feeling the best. If I
All
was to
right.
be dreadfully honest.
It is the bad guy's turn. So what are
Because
they going to
Ben
do?
rolled so bad on both his characters.
So the mind flayer is going to see if that recharges. It does not recharge.
What, he can do that thing again?
Oh, yes, he can. He can do it as much as he likes. So he's going to try a spell called Dominate Monster.
Well, I'm not a monster. I'm a man.
He likes the idea of dominating the cleric.
Oh.
So
Even though the cleric's out of action.
can I get a Well,
Wisdom?
this will change it. Wisdom, say.
Plus 8.
Oh wow.
And there's a.
That's a save for everything. That's cool.
Here we go. Wisdom.
Ben goes
18.
up to D&D.
Woo.
Bounces off me.
18 in total?
Yeah.
Or 26? Yes. It bounces off you.
Okay. Give me that. Hold
Oh,
that.
18, only 18 in total.
Yeah, only 18 in total. Oh, I'm
Ooh.
sorry. Yeah. Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That he is unable to dominate you. You feel his tendrils seeping into your mind, and you, even in your stunned state, you shake it off
Shake it off.
and brush, and he kind of recoils in a feedback loop of magical energy, of psychic energy.
Oh, yeah. How much damage does he take?
He doesn't take any damage because he was kind of expecting it. But he puts up his psychic walls just in time before he takes damage from that. All right.
You know the good thing with playing outside?
Yeah.
Is that when the sun comes out each time, I can't see any of the interfaces.
I know. I was about to say. I'm like.
Everything's on brightness maximum.
All right. So there was a Duergar fighting
Casting magic.
the magic user, right? Oh, cool. Ooh, and he rolls a natural 20.
Against the against the wizard.
The wizard.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
right. Yeah,
Yep. And
20. Is that critical thing?
yes.
With
So
what did he hit me with?
it was just the knife. So you take 15 damage from the knife. You scream in pain.
I'm down to single figures.
Oh no!
Nine.
The other
My
Duergar,
cleric's stunned.
the other
do
Duergar
anything.
attacks you. He misses, and the
rogue.
attacks your.
Sorry,
The attacks your rogue.
That 14 just without any bonuses is almost enough to hit me. So
Is it okay?
What is with
That
you
is
guys?
interesting. We have quite low.
I am
IC,
rolling
don't
quite well as well.
I've got 19 and 18. What do you have? 13 and 16.
we? You can see, can't you, what he's
Yeah,
doing with the dice?
yeah.
So
So
wait,
he
he's
needs-
rolling them over.
He takes an 11. The rogue.
11. Okay, 11. I took 11 hit points before. I was on 66, and then I was on 55, and now I'm on 44.
Right.
Sunlight equals chat mute.
That's right.
Does Sirenscape have sounds cachet for Call of Cthulhu?
We
Yeah.
do. We recently signed and announced our license with Chaosium for Call of the Cthulhu, and we are just about to release.
It's called not Call of the Cthulhu. Like
I didn't say Call of.
you
I
say Call of the
stumbled.
Cthulhu.
Call of Cthulhu. Call
Yeah.
of Cthulhu. And we are releasing a Masters of. You want a mispronunciation? Here comes one. Nyarlathotep.
Narlathotep. Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it was good.
And we're super excited because we've been doing Cthulhu Sounds in Sirenscape for ages in the sci-fi player, and and now we're gonna have official sounds, which is amazing. And they're an amazing bunch of people who are fantastic. And if you at the UK Games Expo, we're playing Call of Cthulhu game as our live RPG plus at that show,
Are
and it's
you?
gonna be super cool.
Can I go to that?
Yeah, I reckon we're gonna be able to get to some shows, all of us.
Is
next year.
anyone online from England? We'd love to
Yes.
hear you. We know it's very, very late there, but there are some people some fanatics who tune in.
Yes, fanatics. You can call them that when they're on another continent, can't you?
That's right.
That's right.
I love Silvery Fox. If all else fails, grease is greater than tentacles. I love grease the spell. That's like my favorite spell in the world.
And then you bloody always want to light it as well.
I know, because it's lit.
Yeah.
What do? I create a pit. What do you do with the pit? I fill it with grease. What do you do with the grease? I light it. I'm just like, what happens to the people inside it? Oh, they burn, man.
That's right.
They burn.
All right. So that's all of their goes.
Okay.
And now it is your rogue.
my two characters who are last. Right, so Vishnu, who's just been stabbed
Yeah.
by the one who I missed initially, who then got hit in the back of the head with a spear.
What have you guys done? Just putting it out there?
Yeah.
Oh, there's been magic missile damage and that sort of stuff. But
Vishnu, these are pre-gens that came with the module.
Yeah.
I think I like them because one of my lines, my personality trait is, I judge people by their actions, not by their words. And you stab me, so prepare to die. So he's going to stab him back. Now, is there any way I can get advantage on him?
if there is someone, so if your fighter wants to move within a threatening distance of this guy, if your mage wants to,
I'm
move
the only
within-
one forward, aren't I? Well,
No, it came
are
up
we
behind
separated
you.
by like 20 feet or something, or
No,
40 feet?
no, it's only about 15 feet in between you.
Oh, okay.
So your mage could,
Okay, so my mage is threatened, so it gets an attack of opportunity if
Yeah.
it casts a spell.
yeah.
Just run behind someone else. Like get
Oh
behind
yeah,
the
sorry. Is
cleric.
there someone else that I could flank? Like the mind flayer.
I think
Yeah.
I think you could maneuver. Yeah, you could maneuver around
Yeah.
the mind flame.
Now,
Okay,
do I need to
I'll
make
say that.
a jumpy roundy check?
No.
To move around? Okay, so I'm just going to see this mind flayer. I see my friend. It's the fighter, the Githyangi. Oh, I hate him anyway. Okay, good. I see my compatriot, who is the strongest
He went
person.
from friend to compatriot.
Gitz is alright, and he sees that there's an advantageous situation,
Yes.
and he likes nothing more than having an advantageous situation on one of his enemies. So he maneuvers, rolls like a shadow rolling around behind his mind flayer,
Sensuously
and,
tripping over my pants.
and yeah, and stabs his
20! Natural 20.
Yay! So he stabs him with the
Crit.
rapier.
Crit.
So what does crit do?
You roll double the amount of dice.
Double the amount, but the bonus as well.
Yes, the bonus as well.
6, 9 plus 8 is 17.
And
Plus,
sneak attack
plus my
damage.
sneak attack damage, which is 5.
Oh my goodness.
D6. 17 plus. That brings it to 20, 28, 32. 32 hit
No,
points
no, no.
No,
damage.
roll that
You
again.
got to roll that again.
The sneak attack does.
Yeah.
The
you
sneak
roll.
attack does double
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go to crit.
32, 32, 33, 45, 40, 41. 41! Eviscerate divine flare, eviscerate divine flare.
So I go like this.
Ah,
He's looking at
goodness.
me, right?
Yeah.
And his tentacles go like this, opening up, and just between like through his mouth, this rapier comes out, and then gets pulled back, and it's just like,
That's cool!
yeah, just like
Yeah.
he's like, and it's like spreading open, and just this.
He did have epilepsy, but I've done a
You
partial
cured it.
lobotomy.
You cured him of it. Well, he's not dead. He's very
No,
close to
that's
it.
fine. You can you can
and-
stab through the brain.
And in fact, as one of the as the rapier passes through his flesh, it flicks off one of his tentacles, which lands on your breastplate. Kind of
Meanwhile,
sits there sucking.
And I go like this, and I just attach it on. Like,
You
meanwhile,
pull it off and you go,
Karlak Karlak wants to fireball
okay.
the one who stabbed him almost to death.
Ooh.
Is there anyone else I can catch in the radius of the fireball?
You can get the two Duergar, the
Yep.
two underling Duergar in that
Excellent.
fireball.
I do that. I presume it's reflex save for half damage.
Yep.
Dexterity save for half damage.
Yep.
The DC of my spells is 16, and I presume I just get 1d6.
might have to turn down the base because apparently it's shaking the camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the base. It's just us, is it? Is it us?
Is that shaking the camera?
It'd be
it's
cool
shake-
if it was the base.
We'll anyway, we'll be very
That's right.
still.
It's got to be us for sure. It's my very well constructed deck. Right, is that how fireball works? 9d6 damage in D&D.
Yeah,
That's how it always worked in my D&D.
yeah.
Excellent. I cast fireball and just drop it all over the place.
Infinite.
I'll take infinite damage. Okay, so 6, 10, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Sorry, hang on.
Yep.
Each creature takes 8d6 fireball damage on a failed save.
Okay. 22, but 9d6.
And half damage.
8,
8d6.
because of my cast level. No, why is it 8?
No, it's just always 8.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
it doesn't scale. At higher levels, when you cast this spell using a spell slot of 4th level or higher, the damage increases by 1d6 for each slot above 3rd.
5.
26, 32, 36 2 points damage.
That is enough to kill one of them, and
He's angry. And he
36.
doesn't really be very careful to hit his friends.
Well, do you know the best part is? If your character dies, we've got 2 other pre-gens that just jump in.
So I step back. I stagger back.
you stagger back. It blossoms and catches fire onto some of the the various trees that are surrounding you, and creates a. It sort of doesn't set them alight because they're fungus and they sort of don't burn very well.
Oh,
but
yeah, but they shrivel back.
they
a
sort of
bit.
shrivel back and crumble. All right. What happens next? It's back to the top. The fighter.
Yeah. The fighter, he sees the rapier go through the mouth of the mind flare, and he just
Grabs it and pulls it.
grabs it and pulls it through with his.
Because he got a gauntlet on.
Yeah, of course
Yeah.
I have a gauntlet on. I'm a fighter.
So what would you?
That's
Yes.
so cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
That'll do more than cure epilepsy, baby.
I'm gonna do that. Is that okay?
Yep.
So what do you
I
want
mean,
me
it
to roll?
could just be the same normal
I have-
rolls.
I'll
If
do
you
a
want-
normal
no
roll.
idea.
If you want the maths to be
Here,
normal,
he's
it
got
could be-
Alright.
3 rolls.
Yeah, so
Ready?
just-
Yep.
20.
You said this game was going to be hard.
So, so
Is the camera still shaking because there's no base, so then you'll know whether it's just us moving.
It's
or-
probably just me moving. 'Cause
yeah,
I'm...
probably.
So
You're
yeah,
wiggly.
20 plus. So I'll just roll another attack. 16. So that's 25.
Yeah.
And 8 plus 9, which is
Yeah, that hits because it's AC
Seven-
is
yeah.
less than like 14 or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah. So
four
that's 3
hits.
hits.
Or four, well, 1 critical and 2 normal.
Yeah. So here are here's the critical, which is it's just damage twice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll the damage twice
The
and
2d8
then
plus.
add 1 lot of bonuses.
So that's 5 plus that's 10. That's 9, and then here's the double. 6 and 7. So that's
counting.
13 plus 5, which is
18.
yeah. So 18. What was that? The 2 before that I read out before.
Oh, that's enough to kill him.
What?
I just go this. It's 3. It's like. And he's just
You pull the thing through his head.
yeah, the whole handle. Boom.
Gruesome.
And you are covered in this awful purplish blood. And
Does the skull come out with it? Like
Yeah. There's a whole smattering of teeth and bone and yeah, it's all gone all over your chest, and you
There is, however,
you revel in the death of a mind flayer. It is your life's calling for this.
what
of
is
many.
what is the kind of like what is the most wanted part of the mind flayer? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Well, the brain, obviously.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
well-
Oops. Awkward.
the brain, obviously,
Well, they-
obviously.
There is, however, one giant view left.
There is.
Right?
There is. There's
One.
we killed one of them, and we've still
Oh.
got a minion and the warlord. So,
Quick question.
They
Are
run
they
later.
kind of freaked out?
That's right. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
'cause-
definitely freaked out.
because essentially the person. Now, were they being controlled by the mind flayer?
Now let's
let's
roll perception checks, everybody, please.
Oh yes, very high.
18 and 6. So,
Wow.
so my Vishnu is
Yep.
on the ball.
The rogue,
Yes.
Vishnu.
22 and 12.
So
Can someone tell us in the comments about who Vishnu is? It's like multi-arms. and
multi-arms and
swords.
blue, I
Yeah,
think.
Yeah.
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 He.
She, I think. Is it?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
That would be one thing you put in the comments.
So, as soon as the killing blow appears on the Duergar, on the Illithid, you see the head warlord kind of,
Oh.
and he kind of looks at his hand, which is holding this this psychic hammer, and he appears very kind of confused and unsure of where he's at.
Okay.
And it is the cleric's turn. The cleric needs to roll to see if he or she can shake off the stun.
Oh yeah.
No.
Would you
Really?
10 plus
12.
2 is
roll? No, you're
not
still stunned.
15. Literally, I've got a 1 in 4 chance. A little bit better than a 1 in 4
No, you're
chance.
saying the rogue can't call something out before his turn.
I will say he can call something out if he wants to say something right now.
Vishnu is weapons down. Weapons down. We mean you no harm anymore.
He looks at you and he looks at his hammer and he says, "Where is the mind flayer?"
I just like covered in mind flare, like everything.
It appears you were enchanted by this mind flayer. We have dispatched this evil creature, and you are no longer in its thrall.
Stand down. He points to his other underling and
And
says,
then looks at the one that's just like, like on fire.
on fire, burning.
Carlax, and look what it did to your friend.
He says, "Stand down." And he said, and he sort of makes a symbol like this and shrinks back down to his
Oh.
normal size,
Yeah, of course.
as does his underling.
Hey,
And
is this an NPC we could bring with us? What's his name?
the other person kind of shrinks down, and the magic is dispelled. He goes over to the body of the mind flayer and sort of looks down at it, and then hefts his hammer and just smashes its brain. And
There's
Awesome.
there's the components I didn't need.
Well, his brain wasn't in very good shape since you pulled a rapier through it.
Well, you look at the handle now. There's a slight dint where the back of his skull is. So good.
I retrieve my rapier and walk over to the cleric. And I Karlak,
Snap out of it, you fool!
and slap the Githzerai in the face and somebody sobers up.
Please heal me.
That's right.
Snap out of it, you fool, and be useless. Standing around like a blithering idiot.
And then I go, and I just cast, and then I do I'm gonna do a channel, and just heal us a little bit of our wounds.
Okay.
And I look up channel and make sure I get that right.
Yeah. What is channel?
I'm faster finding the sounds than you are finding the rules.
No, there's no spell called channel. What is it called?
I like to
No,
channel
but
positive energy.
channel
not
positive
spell,
Oh.
the
energy
cleric
and then-
ability.
No, the cleric ability. Okay.
Yeah.
That's was a D&D thing. Is a Pathfinder thing. Maybe a D&D thing still. Very confusing for my tiny brain. And now Pathfinder's doing a second edition. I'm going to be like, I didn't know any of the thing. All these
Yes.
tiny rule differences. I did manage eventually to learn the rule of Pathfinder after having played 3.5 years and years and years and years.
Will
so-
Noble says that upon smashing the brain, the weapon is dubbed Gallagher. I don't get the joke.
Tell us
I
the
don't know,
joke.
but it should be. It should. That's exactly what
Gallagher.
it should be.
Explain the joke. I'm not sure what you mean. It's a great name, but I'm not sure what you mean.
Should maybe you just picked a nice name he likes. It has there's no pun or joke at all.
I'm trying to think of
I know Gallagher, like the round table.
Galahad.
knight. Galahad.
Galahad.
Gallagher's his
Gallagher's
sister.
his sister.
So nice that people are watching us. Thank you.
The comedian who smashed watermelons with a maul is Gallagher. Okay.
That's amazing.
I don't know that guy.
Absolutely amazing. All right, let's.
Gallagher. What?
Gallagher.
Gallagher.
What, and
You've
so
written it down, otherwise so you can mispronounce it later.
But it's not your mallet.
Oh no, it's the
the-
other.
it's the
oh,
Jurgar's
but he'll
guy.
give it to us because it's like really great magical. music.
I don't think it is actually, but yeah. Well,
Okay.
Oh no, it's a psychic thing. Jurgar Warlord.
channel divinity. That's what it is.
Channel divinity.
Should I look it up?
Psychic attuned hammer.
If it's not a spell, how do I find it? I should just be able to like do a global.
Yeah, you can just do a search up
Oh,
here,
yeah, yeah.
search everything, and go.
Here we go. Channel divinity at second level. Your ability to channel divine energy from your deity.
And it
Is
heals.
everybody damaged?
More than my
I am.
pirates. I am very bad. Yeah, both my characters are really badly damaged.
All right. Well, it's probably worthwhile then.
Beginning at sixth level, you can use channel divinity twice between rests,
Okay.
and
So
at
you've still
18
got
you
another
can
one.
use it 3 times.
Good.
Still got another 2.
There's turn undead.
How
Or
much healingness does it do? 'Cause
I'm just looking
my
at-
wizard is battered down to a single number. In fact, either of the attacks that got him down to the
Well,
single
what we
number
could.
would kill him.
The other thing is
or
we
drop
should
him.
we should actually just do a short rest anyway. I'll channel divinity and do all my spells, and then we can have just a long rest, and then we can go through the portal.
Well, time is of the essence. Remember, this glowing thing is already glowing. The tuning fork waits for no man. Just hurry up and heal me, you fool. How many times
Don't
do
you
I have
want?
to say
Don't
it?
you want to get some extra spells?
Yes, and save our race.
God, so much complaining.
You don't care.
What do you mean I don't care? And I just walk up to my fighter. It just covered in blood, mind flare blood.
Yeah. Well, this Githzerai doesn't care. Does he not understand that the Gith Yankee, once enthralled, will wipe out his race completely? Heal me!
And I'm just like, oh, look at the old man. Can't even stand. Why should we even bring him? He can't fight. And I just like poke you, like
Yeah.
push you, and you just like,
Stumble on my...
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Take that. Put that in your pipe.
Do you heal me by touching me at the same time?
Yeah, I'm gonna heal you by touching you at the same time. I'm gonna
Push me away and then you channel. That's great. So did you find out how much channeling
It
does
doesn't.
heal?
It doesn't do any healing. It doesn't look like.
Quick, someone help us with the rules.
Beginning.
Sorry.
You can.
Yeah, channel divinity is usually for channeling the power of your god to like turn undead and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You'll
it
need
used. It used to be able. In older
Yeah.
editions, it healed. But okay, so I'll just do Cure Wounds, which is a level 1 spell, and we can do that a few times.
How many level 1 spells have you got? You got about 4.
Yeah, something like that.
I can use Can they do spontaneous casting and converting things into
9.
healing spells?
I've got 4 times I can cast it first, so I'll
Yeah.
do cure wounds, and then we'll do a rest and we'll get them back.
Yeah.
So
For the wizard?
yeah, I'll just look up how many cure wounds you go.
It's like probably 1d8 plus all the hit points I need.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's that. Either way,
Oh, look, the horses are walking.
We're taking care of horses on our property.
all right. So yes, you get
So good.
1d8 plus your spell modifier, and my spell modifier is plus 8.
Whoa.
So 1d8 plus 8.
Okay, we'll do it a couple of times.
I'll do that
You want me to roll?
twice on your thing.
This is cure, heal light.
Here we go. There we go. 5 plus 8. 5, 8, 2, 8, so 10.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
5 and 8.
5 and 8, yep. 13. 10.
That might be enough.
23, 33, that's probably enough.
Okay, cool. And was it the other guy who needed some?
Yeah, I've taken,
And I'll get-
I've
yeah.
taken 22 hit points damage already as well.
So another 10 for him.
Another 10.
And I would
Would
like
it be
to have-
11? Because
That would make it. That would make it.
You know what? It is 11.
It is 11.
It is 11. And we're gonna take a short break.
Turn it up to 11, Nathan.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you have defeated the rear guard, I guess you would call it, the people who are holding this portal to the plane of pandemonium,
Yeah.
and it sits there, a swirling mass of purplish cloud,
Ooh.
and you can feel the energy, the magical energy, radiating, vibrating from it, and you are cautious and, needless to say, a little bit apprehensive about what you might find on the other side.
Yeah.
But we'll take a break there and come back.
So literally we're gonna have a short break, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes, unless you're in the real world. and
Yes, that's right.
Go
Good.
from there.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
We will be back in 5 minutes.
You need to stop it from where? Over there?
Yeah. Over here.
Yeah. Bye.
Just keep it awkward for a
Waffle,
sec.
hey, how you doing?